will be an overview of section 4, our deck stair section. So the first thing we're going to do is choose our stair type. Now our stair type is just, all it means is how many posts are we going to have along our stairs, right? In default in this program will always say, hey, you're going to have a railing on both sides of these stairs. If you don't have a railing on both sides of these stairs, just click this button right here. So a type 1 railing is just going to have one post at the bottom, and then that'll be attached to our deck posts up at the top. So these deck posts will already have been accounted for up here in our deck railing post location. So our type 1 railing will look like this, right? We have one set of posts at our bottom, and then that's attached to deck posts at the top, right? So type 2 railing is going to mean two sets of posts along our stairs connected to railing posts at the top. So that'll look something like this, right? We have a post at the bottom right here. We have another set of posts in the middle and connected to posts up here at the top. So go ahead and type 3 just means, once again, 3 sets of posts at the top, right? So if you can put once you put your deck height in, it's going to calculate, how long your stairs need to be, and it'll kind of tell you your length between posts right here. So you can kind of use that to determine how many posts that you want, right? If you want, 2 posts along or just 1 post at the bottom. Probably with a 9.2 foot span, you probably don't want to do a type 1. You're probably going to want to do a type 2. All right, next thing we're going to do is put in our how many stringers we're going to have. And then, once again, if you have a railing on one side, click that. And then this is top tread attachment, means right here, how are we going to attach our top tread, right? So are we going to have it so our top tread will be flush with our deck, or are we going to have it attached where the deck will be the last riser? Traditionally, type 1 is what you're going to use, but select whichever one you want. Next thing, put in your stairway width. All right, so once you put your stairway width in, let's just scroll up to the top right here. You can see we're going to need 138 balusters right now. And you can see if we come over here, the length between posts on our stair section, we've checked stairs along this side, is going to be 5.1 feet. So if we change that, let's say to 72 inches, our stairway width, you're going to see we're going to need less balusters, right? And the length between posts has gotten smaller. And that's because we're calculating, okay, we have a larger opening in between these 2 posts that don't need railings, right? Meaning our length between posts on the other side are going to get smaller, and also the amount of balusters we're going to need is going to be less. So just know that this stairway width is tied into your railing section and your post section. So next thing you're going to do is put in your deck height. That's going to you just kind of put rough above the ground. And then this section is where we're going to select our stair treads. Now you can either select put same as deck boards, which will use the deck boards that you've chosen right here, or you can use PT material. Now I've never really seen a deck that didn't have, the stair treads didn't match what you're using for the decking. So there's going to be no section. You see how we have a stair riser section here for our material? We're not going to have that for stair treads because that will just pull from our deck boards, right? Now, there are a lot of times where you will use specialty risers, right? If you're using a composite deck, a lot of the risers will be, a fascia board or something. So you can, if you're using, doing a composite deck where your stair risers will be sort of a material that is not your treads or PT material, click this plus sign. You can add your stair riser, the material you will use for your stair risers right here, right? Next thing we're going to do is choose riser height and tread depth. Now this is going to be for your stringer, right? It's not going to include the nosing. So just put whatever you're going to cut your stringers to, just to get a little more accurate representation. The last thing you're going to have is stair landing concrete pad, right? So that's going to be this pad right here, what your stairs are landing on. So choose the concrete you're going to use. Once again, you can click this plus sign to add whichever concrete you want to use and the cost of that. You can put in your width, 36 inches, your length. Maybe you want to go 6 inches past your stairs on both sides, so we'll go 84 inches. and then the thickness of what that you want that pad to be, and it will tell you right here how much concrete you're going to need. So that's pretty much it. The only thing left is that if you've chosen a pre-assembled railing or railing kit, right, you're going to choose whichever railing kit you're going to be using right here, right? And what you can do is you can use the length between posts to kind of determine how many of those you're going to need, right? So if your railing kit, if you click your railing kit's only 6 feet long, once again, railing kit for your deck is going to be different than your railing kit for your stairs. You know, if your railing kit is 6 feet long, you're going to want to use a type 2, right? You're not going to use a type 1 because, you know, 6 foot is not going to work for a 9.2 foot span. So that's pretty much it. And just know that this information for your railing is going to be included up here. See, we have a railing kit for our stairs, but if we uncheck that box, it's going to include the railing for your stairs right here. And just watch that. See how it's $467 for the railings for this deck? If we were to say, nope, no stairs, see how that changes? So that's it.